friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Mary and I'm so happy to have you here for today's video. It's a little bit of a different thing than I normally do here. I normally will do like health, lifestyle, and beauty on this channel. But today I wanted to do kind of a reacts or a review. I don't know what it is. I want to talk about FBoy Island. And none of my friends are watching this show. So I'm like, okay, I'll just make a video. And this is after I made a whole ass Facebook group just to talk about FBoy Island. My fuzzy little FBoy prince wants in this video, so we're gonna just, yeah, you can do it. Okay, he just had surgery. So this is me just, I don't know. Here are my thoughts on FBoy Island, not the show. I think the show is awesome. I want to talk about, I guess, just FBoys in general. So watching this show now as a 36-year-old happily married woman, it really kind of like, they say hindsight is 20/20. So this really helped me recognize things that I had ignored previously. So if you are someone who is still like out in the dating world, maybe you're a little bit younger than me, you're kind of navigating your way through what is a very challenging existence right now, take some of my advice, learn from some of my mistakes, because I feel like this show is awesome for highlighting some of the characteristics and attributes that FBoys have that we normally overlook because we're like right in the thick of it, okay? So the first thing that I really want to point out is the level of assertiveness, borderline aggressiveness that these FBoys are showing. So I've dated plenty of guys who were not FBoys. I'm not someone who fortunately was, you know, cursed with dating nothing but FBoys. I've dated some really good guys in my life leading up to, you know, meeting and marrying my husband. But something that I have observed with FBoys is that there's a difference between like confidence and arrogance and aggressiveness. And these FBoys are super aggressive. So what you see a lot from the girls who are on the show is they end up eliminating nice guys over and over and over again because they're not quite feeling the spark. Because, oh, he never really came up and talked to me. Well, half the time these nice guys are coming up and trying to talk to them, but then the FBoys show up and run them away because they're so damn aggressive. They're very like alpha, you know? And women, the women on this show seem to very much be like drawn to that because they're not realizing that this is typical FBoy behavior where they don't really give you a chance to step back and think about them, think about their actions, think about their behavior, and maybe analyze it a little bit. They don't even give you a chance to do that because they're just so in your face, right? Any FBoy I've ever encountered in the wild, okay, they're just like here, you know? And the girls on this show, for the most part, they seemed like I watched season 1 twice and now I'm watching season 2. And what really sucks is these girls seem to really be into it. Whereas the nice guys who are a little more reserved, maybe a little more respectful, they kind of get walked all over by all the other castmates. And this is a generalization because some of the nice guys in this season particularly had me fooled. Like, spoiler alert, if you don't know who the nice guys are yet, please stop watching this video. But Benedict really surprised me. Benedict just has a total FBoy look. He has a total FBoy vibe. I was shocked to find out that he was a nice guy, you know? So there are some nice guys who can be a little more assertive. But I feel like more times than not, nice guys are going to respect you a little bit more. They're going to allow things to unfold at a more natural pace. Whereas the FBoys are just like bam, 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 bam. Super aggressive, super in your face, trying to push things really quickly. You see a lot of love bombing and things like that from FBoys. And when I was in my teens, 20s, hell, even my early 30s a little bit, I didn't always recognize that for what it was. I was like, oh my gosh, he's so into me. Oh my gosh, he's so hot. Oh my God, he's so confident, right? And I didn't realize that they were just trying to move things through so quickly that I didn't have time to see how full of shit they were. So something that I'm seeing in these girls is they're kind of sleeping on these nice guys because the FBoys are just so in their face. So if you are, you know, single, you're dating, you're, you know, maybe a little bit younger and out there meeting men, please pay attention to that, okay? Another thing, a mistake that I made when I was out here navigating the world trying to separate nice guys from FBoys was I would often reject nice guys because I didn't feel the spark. Okay. Oh, I just don't feel that spark. I don't feel that connection, right? And I didn't realize that a lot of times that spark and that connection is very much rooted in trauma. And this can be a form of trauma bonding, right? Where I had been hurt by guys like that before. And even though I didn't realize the similarities between them, a new guy would appear who maybe looked different, but acted the same. And I would instantly feel drawn to him and connected to him because I wanted to continue that cycle subconsciously. Again, I wasn't consciously doing this. It was completely subconscious. It was completely, I was not willing. And yet I kept putting myself through this over and over again, where even though the guys may have looked a little bit different, may have had, different backgrounds, it was the same damn guy, just in a different meat suit every single time. And I was drawn to them, and I felt that spark and that chemistry and that connection over and over and over again because of the freaking trauma bonding. Whereas whenever I met a guy who was nice and they were treating me respectfully and they weren't pushing me for sex and they were bringing me flowers and, like opening the door for me, a lot of times I would reject those guys because there was no trauma bonding. There was no effed up attachment style. And again, this is old Mary. Now I have a husband who loves me and respects me and spoils me and treats me so amazing. And I cannot overstate how much I appreciate this man. But when I was younger and I hadn't worked through my own issues, I tended to reject the nice guys and go for the F-boys because of that aspect of trauma bonding, because I wanted to kind of complete this cycle, because I wanted to fix him, because I wanted to save him, because I see what he's capable of. What he's capable of is breaking your freaking heart and taking that $100,000, but I didn't see it at the time. And so I would reject men that I didn't feel that spark with. And I've seen that through both seasons of FBoy Island, where they're like, I just wasn't feeling, even Benedict. Now with hindsight, I can totally see how Benedict is a nice guy, because when old girl was kissing him, she was like, he's a good kisser, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Because he's a nice guy. So it's so funny. That should have been my first clue that he was a nice guy. And finally, and this is totally a generalization, and I may piss some people off with this, whatever. I've noticed in this show, and with hindsight, looking back on guys that I dated, a lot of times these F-boys, they just have a certain demeanor, where they kind of like will lick their lips right before they say something. They do the up and down look, right? And my husband can do that a little bit here and there, but that's not his entire existence. And with hindsight, looking back, like so many of the guys who broke my heart, okay, their Facebook or their Instagram or their MySpace pictures, I'm telling on myself right now with how old I am, would be like the lip bite with the pulled up shirt. They're like, And I was like, oh my God, he's so sexy. He's so sexy, right? Total F-boy pose. Maybe there are some nice guys out there who have done that pose. I cannot find a single picture of my husband like that on the internet. I think that is a stereotypically F-boy pose. And so paying attention to the social medias, paying attention to that body language, those mannerisms, I think is super duper important. That's not, it's not going to be true 100% of the time, but those are definitely some red flags to look for, along with things like being a club promoter. So if you enjoyed this video, if you want more videos of my thoughts on other dating shows, I don't know, I'll give them to you. Whatever. Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe and click the notifications bell. I post videos every Friday. It's fun. This is my second channel and I'm trying to grow it. My first one has quite a few more subscribers than this one, but I talk about one very specific subject on that channel, and I decided this is going to be my fun channel where I post about, like, I don't know, health, beauty, lifestyle. This is lifestyle, right? Sure, why not? See you in the next video. Bye, friends.